So today we've been working with Darlington and Manchester, exploring and co-creating different headings that we think could really work for the 0 to 25 plan. Darlington and Manchester are going to test them out, and these are the ones that we're using. So we're going to start off with a one-page profile that has 3 sections: an appreciation, which is what people like and admire about the young person, the person's photo, what's important to the young person, and how best to support the young person. And that will then go with the person wherever they are, continuing school or whatever they do next, as an almost executive summary of who the young person is. For many people, they'll also need a bit more detailed information about how best to support them. And that might be under the headings education and learning for life and work, around somebody's health, in relation to friendships, relationships and being part of a community, and support to live independently, which will then include housing as well. So this tells us part of what we need to know about what matters to people and how to support them. But to support people well, we also need to know how people communicate and make decisions. So that might be a communication chart or a decision-making profile and agreement. So for people to have true choice and control in their life, we need to know what matters to them, how they need to be supported, how they communicate and make decisions. But we also need to move forward into the future. So a key part of the 0 to 25 single plan has to be around life aspirations. What does a good future look like from the young person's perspective? It would also be great to capture on an ongoing basis the experiences and achievements that the young person has that is taking them closer to their life aspirations. So this might be awards for things, it might be work experience, other things that the young person's proud of that they want to have a record of. One of the things that families are helping us think about is how important it is that we see young people in the context of the whole of their family. So we could include a family one-page profile, which would include what's important to us as a family, what's important to us in the future, and how best to support our family. So we can stay very clear about what matters to the family and what matters to the young person, and have a look at those together. So that's the who's the young person in the context of the family. Then we need to move towards outcomes. So to get to outcomes, we want to learn what's working and not working about key areas in the young person's life. Their friendships, relationships and community, their health, their education and learning, how they're planning for achieving their future aspirations over here, and support to live independently. To learn what's working and not working, we really need to do that from different perspectives. The perspective of the young person themselves, their family and others. And others would include health professionals and support staff and school staff as well. Thinking about this information, and of course this could come from a person-centred review, we then need to say, how do we build on what's not working, address what's not working, move in the direction of the young person's aspirations, and where do we want to be in a year's time, expressed as a really clear outcome. So now we know where the young person is up to in their life and what their outcomes are for a year. How do we get there? And the next part of the plan is the resources. What money does the young person have that they're entitled to around different budgets? What resources do they have around family, friends and community? So this is the ideas behind real wealth. And what services are they currently using? So family, friends and community is very much in the context of life aspirations. So what the young person might want to achieve in their life, they may have a friend or family member who can help them explore that in a particular way, whether that's work experience or whatever that could be. So now we know the outcomes and the resources. We need to put that together in terms of decisions. What are the outcomes? What resources are you going to use to achieve that? And who's going to do what by when, and also taking into account any risks. Finally, the very end of the plan is the admin sheet about who was involved and in dates. But families have also told us they are so tired of telling their story over and over again. So an optional sheet which would go up here is the young person's history. So we've got that recorded once and for all, and that can stay part of the young person's 0 to 25 plan and go with them as well. Separately to the plan, we'll need implementation information depending on what the young person's outcomes are, but the purpose of a 0 to 25 plan is to capture who the young person is and the decisions made about their future together that reflect the resources that the young person has and how we're going to achieve those outcomes with the resources. Really excited to hear how Darlington and Manchester are going to be testing this out over the next few months.